There's a terrifying truth lurking right at the core of every founder's, every visionary's, every trailblazer's journey when they're trying to sell something no one has ever heard of. It's not just about the product. It's about the loneliness, the doubt, the constant whisper that maybe this idea is too weird, too new, too wild for anyone to care. Everyone's watching you fight an invisible battle. How do you make people believe in something that isn't even on their radar yet? No brand recognition, no name drop, no word-of-mouth whispers leading the way. Just silence. The silence of indifference, of skepticism, of why should I care about this? You're not just selling a product. You're selling a dream wrapped in invisible packaging. You're selling an unrehearsed idea that hasn't yet found its voice. You're asking people to bet on the unknown. And that is terrifying. It means there's no safety net of trust to catch you. No easy path paved by what's been done before. It's raw, it's brutal, and it's lonely because the world is full of voices shouting the familiar, the safe, the proven, and it drowns out anything new before it even begins. But here's the kicker. This is exactly where heroes are born. This is the battlefield where the greatest shake the dust off the old, rewrite reality, and forge a path that others will follow. Selling a product no one has heard of is not a curse. It is the purest test of fire. A test that will separate those who merely play the game from those who change it forever. You are not here to sell a product. You are here to ignite a spark, to light a blaze that catches fire in minds and hearts that don't yet know they need you. The first brutal truth is that people don't buy products, not really. They buy what's familiar, what comforts them, what fits in their tiny boxes of understanding. Your product is a stranger. It's the outsider no one invited to the party. And if you try to shove it down their throats as just another new thing, you'll be ignored, laughed at, or worse, forgotten. The secret isn't about outshouting the noise. It's about turning silence into curiosity, skepticism into intrigue, and discomfort into desire. This is where the magic starts. Storytelling is your weapon. But not any story. The story that breaks the chains of the mundane and taps into the raw human feeling buried inside everyone. The feeling that something bigger, better, more real exists just beyond their reach. This isn't marketing fluff. It's about connecting your product's meaning to the listener's deepest frustrations and unspoken dreams. It's about showing them that your product isn't just new. It's necessary because it solves a real pain they didn't even know how to name. You have to become the guide through the unknown. The path isn't built on features or specs at first. Features are for the believers who have already taken the leap. For those who haven't, you must first tell them why their current life or system isn't working. Show them the flaws in the world as it is, the frustrations, the compromises, the silent regrets, and then gently pull them toward the possibility of a world that could be different. Your product is the key, but only after they believe the door exists. And here's an emotional secret that many founders miss. You can't hide your passion. It's not about polished perfection or scripted lines. It's about burning so fiercely for your idea that the heat radiates from every word, every look, every gesture. When people feel your fire, their icy doubts thaw. When you show them you've risked everything, fought with every ounce of yourself, they begin to wonder. Maybe this unknown product deserves a closer look. Because passion is contagious. It's primal. It makes people want to root for you, even against their own initial instincts. Now, how do you create this feeling of passion and possibility when the marketplace is drowned in noise, cynicism, and instant skepticism? It starts with radical empathy, not the surface. I understand your pain kind, but the gut-level understanding of the real fears, frustrations, and false hopes your audience clings to. Know them not from data sheets, but from late nights, shouts of frustration, personal stories you carry in the room every time you speak. Channel this empathy like a laser, piercing the fog of disbelief and creating a clear line of communication. Here's something almost nobody says out loud. The way you position your product has to flip the problem inside out. Instead of trying to convince everyone that your product is good, start making the problem obvious and urgent enough that the cost of not adopting your product feels unbearable. What is slipping away every day if they ignore this? The moments lost, the money wasted, the dreams deferred. This flips the game from why buy to can I afford not to? And don't fall into the trap of trying to be liked by everyone. The worst enemy of a revolutionary product is broad acceptance. You want intensity, not indifference. Find the fierce few who feel as burned out and obsessed as you do with the problem you're solving. Become a magnet for those who don't want to settle, who don't want good enough, who refuse the status quo. These few will become your core, your allies, your first believers, and they are the ones who will turn your unknown product into a movement. But this also means being prepared for a fight. The system will push back. Big players with clout, tired voices clinging to what's comfortable, those who profit from the old ways. Don't waste energy against them trying to win their approval. Your mission is to find those isolated thinkers, the rare ones who hunger for change, who see the future before it's clear to the rest. Build your network around these rare spirits. You don't need the masses. You need the few who burn bright enough to carry the torch forward. Technology can be your secret weapon if wielded with intention. Use it not to scream louder, but to create intimate, real connections. Behind every viral video, every ad, every post, there must be a human story, a personal touch, a sense that this is a rebellion of individuals, not a faceless brand. Build communities that feel sacred, not transactional. Tie your product to a shared mission, a shared purpose, a movement that makes your customers feel less like consumers and more like pioneers. One of the most underused tactics in this wild game is to embrace radical transparency. Don't hide your struggles, your failures, your doubts. Share them. People don't want polished perfection. They want proof that your product is born from real battles, real nights where you questioned everything and still chose to fight on. Vulnerability breeds trust, and trust is the currency you need most when your product starts as an unknown. Do not shy away from the long game. If there's one truth about selling what no one has heard of, it's that it takes time. Time to plant seeds, to nurture curiosity, to grow awareness. You can't force someone to dance if they don't know the music yet. Be patient, meticulous, relentless. Show up every day with a consistent message, with unwavering energy, with small wins that build momentum. Every conversation, every story shared, every new believer is a piece of a puzzle slowly turning the unknown into the inevitable. And here's the paradox. The more you try to control every step, the more you'll choke the potential of your idea. Selling the unknown means learning to let go. Let your early believers shape the story. Listen fiercely. Adapt faster than anyone else can react. Your product is not just yours. It's a living, breathing idea that evolves with those who dare to believe. Be flexible in tactics but unwavering in the vision. Imagine what it would feel like when those isolated sparks of belief begin to connect, linking you to others who see the world the way you do. The burned out but hopeful. The outsiders tired of old rules. The dreamers who refuse to surrender. This is where your product stops being a lonely idea and starts being the pulse of a rebellion. This is where you stop trying to convince the masses and start unleashing the few who will remake the entire game. Selling a product no one has heard of isn't a sentence. It's a call to arms. It's a test of courage and faith, a crucible that burns away all the superficial and leaves behind only the raw, essential fire of true transformation. In a world that wants to cage the exceptional in neat boxes, your unknown product is a wildfire. It won't whisper. It will roar. It won't ask for permission. It will claim its place. And the only thing standing between it and the people who need to see it is the unbreakable will to build a bridge through the silence, through the doubt, and into belief. So here's the truth you must never forget. The product is just a spark. The real power lies in the bond you create, the story you tell, the defiance you embody. The noise of the world will try to drown it out. But fire isn't put out by silence. It feeds it. And once that fire starts burning in the hearts of the few brave enough to see it, no amount of skepticism or indifference can stop it from turning the unknown into the unforgettable.